Right, here we enter. We have laid down the conditions, laid down what to watch out for. The Indonesian casters are hyping up Istora Senayan. Remember, if BTR win this, they will be match point.
Oh, with match point at hand, let's see, hopefully the nerves, and especially with the crowd that we have here, the Bigot Troopers have rallied, garrisoned here at Istora Senayan to show their support. In the meantime, we do see a purple start coming in from Kyle Teasy and SuperVin just being an absolute nuisance. Kyle Teasy is going to lose a couple of seconds.
Yeah, that's going to be around a 5 to 7 second gap between him and the opposing jungler. Great disruption there by SuperVin, and I think SuperVin is still trying to find the angle there, but he's already committed this hook. So Kyle Teasy will be able to continue farming. But you already see the difference. SuperCan is already in the jungle of AP BREN, taking away resources, while Kyle Teasy is still on his side of the river.
Yeah, and that's why you can see that Ogwen, he's trying to make sure that he can cover for the camps, cover for the smaller camps. We expect the top side to get invaded. That's kind of like, whatever, all right, sure. But on the bottom side, if he ends up losing maybe a Bugbear or even a Corbeau, even a Beetle, that's going to make sure that Kyle Teasy doesn't actually make it to that level 4. So it's one of those micro things that you have to be aware of if you ever face off, well, Bigatron Alpha playing as 5.
Yeah, now you see SuperCan and Kyle Teasy seeing each other. Info provided for Cerezo. That's going to be a stun, but see if Kyle Teasy can whittle down Cerezo a bit, because he's won the first minor trade in lane up against Flap Teasy. He was the first to bring Flap Teasy low, but now here's Few and Ogwen forcing a flicker out of SuperVin. Okay. So that's a small resources, or a pretty big resource expended here by BTR. Let's see how well they're going to be able to contest this first turtle.
All right, so at least they can capitalize on something, right? I don't think SuperVin is really going to, like, walk up super far in front. He needs to hit level 4, so he's still a threat. And once he hits level 4, at least then it might be a deterrent. Cerezo sees 2, going to get locked down. Feathered Airstrike going to be committed on towards him as well. The sprint just not enough, especially when Flap Teasy has that rage meter maxed out.
Yeah, okay. So Moreno has the ultimate here of the Lapu Lapu. SuperCan's close enough. I wonder if they're going to try and just trade things out here, see what else they can find. It's going to be 3 versus 2 in a bit. Flap Teasy's going to go to the turtle.
I mean, they're posturing down on towards bottom side, but luckily, at least with Super Marco, he has to use his sprint to actually speed himself up. But here we go. Ogwen looking for the opportunity to try and block Cerezo so that Kyle can take it away. But no, SuperCan, he still wins it out. Level 5 to level 5, Iron Hook connects on towards Flap Teasy's side. Oh wait, he almost gets it. The Bloody Hunt is going to lock him down before SuperVin falls. The fuse, Feathered Airstrike. It looked so good. The setup was there, but the finish, they weren't able to completely execute.
At the beginning of that, I think Ogwen was overthinking a little bit. He wanted to predict where SuperCan wanted to go, try and get closer, but because of that, you saw him fly past the wall, past SuperCan, so that SuperCan actually ended up winning the Retribution battle there. But AP BREN, again, it could have been a major loss. They're watching out for those major losses. They were still able to take something, but Bigatron Alpha won that for sure.
To be fair, I think at least Ogwen considered the most important possibilities, right? Because let's say if Cerezo was able to actually close the distance on Kyle, that knock-up strike might have been just enough time for someone like SuperCan to guarantee the neutral. And here comes SuperCan now getting punished. The Feathered Airstrike is good. Flap Teasy helping to set that up. No way, Jose, are you going to invade us anymore?
Punished by AP BREN was SuperCan. And now they're really doing everything they can to make sure that Kyle Teasy starts getting his buffs. They're still posturing around the purple buff and around the jungle of AP BREN is BTR, but Flap gets hooked!
He gets hooked. Bloody Hunt, no opportunity to get out of there. Oh, poor Flap Teasy.
And what a read by Vin, but Cerezo be able to get out of that with a quick smack trade there. But with Kyle Teasy. So now AP BREN and Bigatron Alpha have been showing up a lot of action, but these two gold laners right now actually have just been left to their own devices. It's going to be a trade and a battle of just who's going to be able to lane better.
Feather Airstrike onto SuperVin again. Iron Hook is going to pull Ogwen underneath the turret. Moreno with the IMU. Oh! Good stun by Few just before the last player was about to hit.
Moreno was poked in the eye by a crow. That was so clutch by Few. And Kyle Teasy, Red Theft Purple on the Bigatron Alpha. Will this empower BREN Esports in this contest for this second turtle.
To be fair, Kyle still does have his retribution, but he now has that level lead on towards Super Ken's side, but it's really hard to get any position here. They call it off. They say, no, 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 no. We don't need to do this right now. Let Super Ken try to be oppressive as they want to, and Kyle TZ, he wants to snowball. He's got that one kill.
Yeah.
He needs that second to guarantee it.
Bigatron Alpha, though, with how they're moving around the map, they're minimizing the possibility of that. Saken in lane has been doing really well with not giving AP BREN and Kyle TZ any opportunity to burst him down. He already built up the steel leg plates, really just for safety on there. Meanwhile, it's actually going to be the warrior boost on the feet of Super Marco, still on the way to his first item, but it is very close. No considerable lead yet!
Kyle has to take the damage, and even the purple buff stolen away by Super Ken. At least these are one of the reads that Bigatron Alpha can guarantee every single time. You're Fanny, you gotta be by your purple.
I said yet, but as I said it, it happened. That's a major find by Bigatron Alpha, and you see Moreno here, man. He's been just like this all throughout. The confidence of this young man. Flap and Chorizo versus Kyle.
All right, Chorizo, he still has, 3 more seconds until the cooldown. No, Chorizo gets caught out. Flap TZ bothering to actually flicker for it, knowing that he's got him on the ropes.
Okay, so AP BREN are clapping back. They're just doing everything they can to make sure there's a lot of room for their respective gold laners. Look at that, Saken and Super Marco neck and neck in the gold. I think BTR, let's see if they'll be able to find an opening down here. Will BREN counter? Here's Ogwin.
Yep, they find it, and now they're going to commit everything onto Superfin, who has to figure out and even uses the conceal. The counter engage coming in from Moreno. It seems good, but Flap TZ is able to power through. Bloody Hunt, damage reduction is good enough, but Few can't take the damage. Moreno flickers forward and catches another. Ogwin, the last to survive. Kyle will find Moreno in the back line, too deep to be saved.
Saken found it. We talked about the crossbow. Oh, Chorizo versus Marco? No. No way. Oh, but Super Marco runs. Thumbs up to the Filipinos watching.
Super Ken. Okay. He's going back to the oppression. He wasn't fishing for kills. Thank goodness. And now Ogwen, he's going to try and lock down Super Ken for as long as possible, but that's going to be purple stolen away once more by Super Ken.
That's retribution committed by Super Ken. But since BTR have already started and Kyle TZ still has his on cooldown, AP BREN can't go forward and contest it. Bigatron Alpha, again, they're just like clockwork. As one sequence is happening in one part of the map, they're making sure there's someone else, there are other members on another part of the map to get something.
Admittedly, I would imagine that AP BREN is just a little surprised, like, oh, they took the turtle, but they used retribution. It's one of those moments where you're trying to hit a skill shot and your opponent just walks in a straight line. But
yeah, exactly.
Saken, he might be in some trouble here. Kyle TZ gets some initial damage, but Superman is nearby. He's going to use his red retribution to steal away some attack damage from Saken to make sure that he minimizes the damage of the T2.
Yeah, and you can see there the patience that Kyle TZ was showing. That's because he had a feeling that Superman was there. With how he was moving, he wasn't going all out. It's like Kyle TZ was saying, oh, why do I feel like there's a Franco nearby? I don't want this end up turning on my face here because I'm still wanting for resources. That's why the damage on Kyle TZ's Fanny isn't that high yet. Yeah, he's 3-1-0, but it could have been so much worse for Bigatron Alpha, but they've applied so much pressure into this jungle, and even more so now Saken already has the wind of nature.
Yeah, and despite all the oppression and invades coming in from Super Ken, it's still, the level is pretty even, right? 11-11. Now this purple buff, once again, it's a very big red flag. BTR looking for an opportunity. Feathered airstrike to try and zone out the rest of Moreno already using. He gets the stun on towards 2. Raise blade into the back. Flap TZ has to get on the way as the airlines has already been activated. The Bloody Hunt on towards Super Marco's side. The BMI is going to get him out just in time, but Saken still healthy, still strong, but is able to deter the rest of them.
Somehow AP BREN got to walk out of that with a kill and no one going down on their side. That's the best they could hope for in that scenario. And Flap TZ getting out of range of Saken's crossbow of Tang just in time to minimize the damage it could dish out.
Can we talk about the fact that Moreno has just been solely, like, even though Flap TZ and as well as Few have been standing side by side, he didn't want the feathered airstrike. That's too basic. Give me the bravest fighter.
He wants that stun. And again, I think this proves even more the point we were making. Bigatron Alpha made this lineup and are playing to set up Super Ken for success. They're not getting the feathered airstrike. They want to maximize control so that they can get a nice crossbow of Tang. It's going to be a trade. BREN is going for the tower down bottom, while Bigatron Alpha will be able to get a free first Lord in this game number 2.
Yup, and Few is sticking nearby just in case Rizzo wants to show himself off once more. But here we go. Bigatron with a very clear lead. Supercan is able to stop Ogwen in his tracks as Rizzo tries to take this 1v1 against Kyle TZ. But in the meantime, Saken is able to break the mid-tier 1. Clockwork, like you mentioned, Bigatron Alpha in Terminator mode.
Man, BTR, they're going to continue pressuring the jungle again of Kyle TZ, who's going to get this purple buff.
No, they locked down Super Cannon, and now they're making sure that he doesn't have an opportunity for the airstrike, as well as the bloody hunt off towards Super Marco's side. The BMI couldn't be activated. Rizzo's still alive, and Kyle TZ ends up falling. No members of the bigger troopers fall. AP BREN wiped out.
And this looks dire. In a crucial game number 2, minions coming in, Lord marching on their side, close the 7 to 12 seconds on the timers. AP BREN were taken out of the map in a snap. Supervin landing a massive hook and catch onto Super Marco!
And he does it again! Moreno pushing Ogwen back, feathered airstrike looking to punish, they find it as Super Marco will proxy the way with this and take his BMI away. They lose 2 inhibitors. They need to clear up these waves as much as they can, but Supervin right now, he does not miss!
The teams who were interviewed and asked about Bigatron Alpha, who is the player on BTR that you're watching out for? A lot of them say Supervin. BTR got stronger because of Supervin. And Supervin right now is putting on a signature Franco performance for the ages. But again, it's not just him. It's the entire BTR. It's the Terminators working like clockwork. And now AP BREN will have their backs against the wall. Dude, that's 35% skill accuracy, but the ones that landed have been massive.
They have been massive. High impact iron hooks so far. Supercan can take the damage, put down the 60%, but Rizzo tries for the flank on towards Kyle TZ's side. Almost good, but can't connect.
There's always something with BTR. Their conditions, they're always checking something. There's always a plan B. And right now, the plan B are the fists of Rizzo. If they can't get the initiation they want around Vin, around Moreno, there's always a Paquito behind them looking to punch them in the livers. Kidneys? Livers. What hurts more?
I mean, both hurt pretty bad, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, that's true.
The liver punch, though, I will say, particularly hurts. But in the meantime, Saken is finishing off his last couple of items here, because now with Bigatron Alpha breaking into the 42k mark, you can expect that the marksmen with no deaths whatsoever. 4-0-2, Saken is one big boy.
And again, this is considering that he's up against a lineup with a Farsa, with a Fanny. It just goes to show how well BTR have set up Saken for success and how well Saken has been positioning himself and maximizing and knowing that, yeah, my range isn't that high with my ultimate. I am going to be as safe as I can. Oh, Rizzo! Not going to be able to burst down Kyle TZ. But Bigatron Alpha, this looks like a free Lord.
Yep, it looks like they're going to get this no matter what. Feather Airstrike to try to be the deterrent, but Bigatron Alpha, they're not even worried here. Purple buff is stolen away by Kyle in the meantime, knowing that he's not going to get his own, but at the very least, keeps him in check, keeps him in play.
They're just looking for scraps right now, AP BREN. AP BREN saying, please, I want more, another bowl of porridge. Bigatron Alpha is just telling them no. But you can get the scraps that are left on the map. They continue to invade the jungle of Kyle TZ. But again, Kyle TZ has a purple buff, not too worried. Will AP BREN be able to withstand the oncoming storm that is BTR Alpha?
Here we go, here we go. This could be the final moments here. This could be match point. Supercan trying to zone off the rest of them as the last inhibitor begins to fall. So Rizzo is just buying time, wasting Kyle TZ's energy, forcing him to go back underneath the fountain. They need to look for the clear, but here it comes. The conceal. Moreno has the bravest fighter. He finds it in the back line. Super Marco once again hits it. He's dead. And now we know damage to Rizzo takes out Flap TZ. And Saken is able to free hit. That's GG.